Hi, I'm Donna Wolfe from Naztazia.com.
Today, I'll show you how to crochet this summer jewels scarf with the beaded fringe edging. To do this, I'm using 325 yards of Kristen Omdahl's Be So Baby DK weight 100% milk yarn in these 4 jewel-toned colors and a size G hook. To begin, chain 39. Skip 3 chains and double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. Chain 3. Skip 3 and do 1 double crochet in the next stitch. And 1 more double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 3. Skip 3 and make 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. Chain 3. Continue this process across the row. At the end, skip the next 3 chains and make 1 double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. 1 and 2. Here's what row 1 looks like. Chain 3 and turn your work. For row 2, we're going to work in all of those chain 3 spaces. We'll make 5 double crochet stitches all in the same space. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then move over to the next space. Make 5 double crochet stitches in that space. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And continue these 5 double crochet stitches in each space across the row. At the end, place 1 double crochet on top of the turning chain. And here's what that row looks like. Chain 3 and turn. Row 3 is very similar to row 1. That chain 3 counts as the first double crochet. Make 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 3. Skip 3 stitches and make 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. Chain 3. Skip 3 stitches. Make 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. If you notice, 1 stitch goes in the end of the shell and the second in the beginning of the next shell. Continue this process across the row. At the end, place 1 double crochet in the last stitch of the shell. And then 1 double crochet at the top of the turning chain. And here's what this looks like. Chain 3 and turn your work. Row 4 is just a repeat of row 2. You'll place 5 double crochet stitches in each of those chain 3 spaces from the row below. 3, 4, and 5. Continue repeating and alternating rows 2 and 3 for a total of 85 rows. I like to change colors every 5 rows. Start your last double crochet at the end of the row, but don't finish it. Grab your new color yarn and finish the stitch by pulling it through. Chain 3 and turn. I made 85 rows, but you can make more or less rows if you wish. Fasten off and weave in all ends. Now it's time to add the beaded fringe edging. I'm using matching sewing thread and a thinner beading needle. I'm using 7mm diameter beads, but any reasonable size will work. I'm cutting 100 inches of sewing thread for my fringe. I thread my beading needle with it and ensure my thread is doubled so it's more secure. Start on the one corner near the edge. Pull the thread through, but leave about 3 or 4 inches remaining. And tie a secure knot. It's time to load the beads onto the sewing needle. I'm alternating a purple bead with a clear faceted bead. And then I'm putting on a black Aurora Borealis bead, followed by a small silver-lined E bead. Push the beads closer to the scarf. That last E bead will be an anchor bead. Take your needle and skip over the E bead. Then, go back through the next bead and pull it through. You can see how that E bead secures the beads on the bottom. And then go back through all of the other beads towards the scarf's edging. Pull the thread tighter, and here's your first beaded fringe. We're going to take small stitches over towards the next 2 double crochet stitches. I'm going in and out of each chain with the beading needle. Once I reach the center of the double crochet stitches, it's time to load the beads on again. Pull them down towards the scarf. Follow the same process. Skip over that anchor E bead and draw your needle through all the other beads, upwards, towards the edge of the scarf. You might be able to draw the needle through all of the beads at once, or you might need to go through just a few beads and then pull the thread through. Then move on to the next few beads. Once completed, make small stitches over to the next double crochet stitches and make another beaded fringe. At the end, take a few extra stitches onto the scarf to secure the last beaded fringe. Then, take the tail end and weave it through the beads towards the anchor bead. Cut off the excess thread. Repeat for the other side of the scarf as well. And that is how I crochet my summer jewels scarf with beaded fringe.